Welcome to the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast. Fandom, fun, funny.
The reason that Patches and I are not in the same room together is not because we're having some, marital words are hard. This should be great. Marital issues. It's just, he hasn't been with us the last couple of times. And so to set up in the basement where he is took a little more work this morning because the last time we used any of that equipment was Kind of Nerdy Christmas. And Johna was so hangry and wanting her lasagna and everything needed to get done that at the end of the night, we just threw everything from our living room back down in the basement.
Sorry, didn't mean to cause problems.
Where are my headphones? How come we don't have microphones? What's going on back here? I'm like, because we literally just threw everything back down there and haven't used it.
Oh, so the parents aren't splitting up. Okay. Good.
We're not.
No, mom and dad are staying together.
Yes, we are.
Patches, if it makes you feel better, I had a pair of headphones like 2 episodes ago, and now I literally can't find them anywhere.
Nice. Lord.
Was I right that everything was behind the chair and like covered with a blanket?
Yes, it was covered with a blanket. That's why I was like, huh?
Well, it's to keep the cats from like rummaging through the cords and all the things. So
hey, I get it.
All right. Hi, Katie. How's it going?
Oh, hey. I just woke up, so here I am.
All right. Well, we might as well get started here. We may lose Patches at some point, depending on who's playing in the Players Championship. Is that? Oh, you got your darts right next to you. All right.
Yeah, we know what's happening.
All right. Yeah, KJ's dart crush is actually playing right now. So
he is. I'm missing my little boy Joe.
Yes, you are.
Joe Cullen. He's my
KJ's like, I don't know. Should we delay this?
Right? God, if we would have had all the equipment together, I could be sitting there with Patches, not paying attention to the podcast.
Yeah,
all right.
so he's a little pretty boy.
I gotta
pretty.
I gotta mute my phone. Hang on, guys. I'm getting photos. I'm getting photos and videos from Friday night's Paranormal Crossroads Spirit Session. I don't need that right now. It was great. Johna, Katie was Kind of Nerdy Network Katie, not Gamer Katie.
Yeah, I was like, what did I do?
We were at your house talking to your ghost, Katie, and you didn't even know we were there.
Well, I mean, if it's going to be anywhere, there was a guy that died in my house.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah, he died downstairs. It was the previous owner. Yeah.
Wait a second.
I didn't tell you guys?
No. Why are you not?
That's why I bought this house. How do you think I can afford a house in Carmel?
Oh my gosh. So nobody wanted to touch the house because the guy died there?
Well, he died and he was here a week. And I knew him because I grew up across the street. I bought the house across the street from my parents, you see.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So I've known him for like 15 years. Yeah, he died and he died downstairs. And then they had to like hazmat the whole house. So they ruined the paint. They ripped out all the floors. And then they're like, you know what? We don't want to deal with this. You take it. So I bought it for like $60,000 under market value because he died in it.
Yeah, wow. Nice. Now, do you ever get the sense that he's checking in on you?
Nope.
No weird stuff goes on?
None at all.
All right.
And I feel like the dog would pick up on it if he did.
Oh, for sure. The animals always know. Okay, well, let's see. We got to get a fun fact going here, and I'll make it easy on everybody today. Patches has already left.
Bye.
That didn't take long.
It did not take long.
Anyway, ladies, back to darts. Okay, here we go. Boom, choo, pow, pow, ping, ping, boo, 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 boo. Welcome to the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast. We're going to talk about some kind of nerdy things. And we have been doing this for what, 5 weeks in a row? Is this episode 5, right? That we're all together?
Yes.
This is a record. Wow. Woo, woo. So proud of us. Woo. character growth in season 2. Woo, 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 woo. Today's fun fact will be your favorite video game that you played as a child. Like what got you excited about video games? This is for you, Katie. All right. Yeah. And we will start off. It's Gamer Katie.
So I'm gonna go with a non-popular answer. Glover.
What is Glover?
Glover was this really weird kind of Mario 64 ripoff, kind of, where you played as a glove and your goal was to recover the 7 crystals in the kingdom to restore the castle, and your wizard, you play as the wizard's hand, by the way. The other wizard's hand, they fell off in an accident, I guess, became the evil cross stitch. So he's an evil glove. He's green. That's how you can tell he's evil. And you have to rescue the crystals, but the crystals become like bouncy balls. It's a very weird Nintendo 64 game, and I thought it was like a whole fever dream, but I finally met someone the other day who knew what Glover was, so I'm not lying.
The graphics says Katie's lying. So was it like, I'm imagining that hamburger helper glove. Is that
it was a 4-fingered glove, and you like ran on your fingers, right? And then you had like different bouncy balls. Like one was metal, so you could go under the water, and one was a bouncy ball, so you could bounce really high. And there were like 7 little different kingdoms. Honest to God, I thought it was exactly the same as Mario 64, except they just reskinned everything. It was very weird.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Katie. Boo, 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 pow, 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 pow. She'll be telling us what's got her weeping coming up. But first, she's going to tell us her favorite video game as a child. It's producer Johna.
Well, the first game that came to mind was like The Simpsons. Like it was like on the PS2. And it was like The Simpsons where you like drive around in Homer's car and you can like pick up people and stuff like that. I can't remember what it's called, but that's the
Road
first
Rage
game that came to mind.
It was Road Rage with The Simpsons?
Yes, Simpsons Road Rage.
Yes.
Wow. I did not know about
I love
this.
that game.
So were you able to like Road
Pretty
Rage?
good. Played on the PS2.
Katie, I remember this game. I remember this game because I'm looking
I posted
at it
in
and
the
was
private
yes,
chat the Wikipedia link to Glover. Oh,
I
Thank
played
you.
this.
see? Okay. I'm not lying again.
All right.
I've not lied once on this show.
I like that Katie
season 2.
now brings the facts. She fact checks herself. This is a fact. Here are my sources, and you should believe everything that's on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
All right.
You know how hard it is to edit Wikipedia?
Woo, 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 choo, choo, choo. From the Kind of Nerdy Dudes, it's producer Patches.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Let's see. I want to say Nintendo, like an old school Nintendo game, but I'm gonna go even farther back. There was a game on Atari called Yar's Revenge. That it was like a fly that just like kept eating away at things, and you'd like shoot things, and it was a weird. Trust me, it was a weird game. But
Is that
that's
one of the games that we have now?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
that's one of the games that we have. But other than that, I mean, I'll keep it easier. How about Tech Mobile? There you go, Nintendo Tech Mobile.
I do remember when we first started dating. Didn't you still play Tecmo Bowl?
Yeah, every once in a while, my brother-in-law and we would just get into just like really heated games of Tech Mobile, like ever since I was a kid. So every time we'd get together, it was just like, all right, I bust out the Nintendo and hit Tech Mobile. And he used to get mad because I had the NES Advantage, like the pad that had the turbo, the giant buttons and the turbo and all that stuff. So I turn it on real quick to break tackles on him and stuff. He used to get so pissed.
All right, woo, woo, wow. She's back from Geek Vibes Nation. Wow.
Why does she keep coming back? Does she like us or something?
Just a little.
I would have thought she'd have blocked us by now.
Right?
Oh, give it a few more episodes, Katie.
This will be the one. I can feel it.
Yep. All right, childhood video game that you love, Tia.
I mean, I could name off like, the Mario Brothers, freaking Oregon Trail, but there's this snowboarding game called SSX Tricky. It was came out by EA Sports, and it was on the PS2, and I was obsessed with it. Like, as soon as I got my hands on it, it's like that was what I woke up early before school. As soon as I came back from school, played it. Like, that was the video game that I was 100% obsessed with. So yeah, that had to be my like favorite childhood game, because I don't think like I ever, except for like now with like GTA and like Red Dead Redemption 2, but like the back in the day version of that was SSX Tricky.
Very nice. All right. Woo woo. Don't get that excited. It's just me. Woo choo choo choo. It's just me.
No, it's
KJ.
here. Let me do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Woo. It's KJ. All right, take it away.
Thanks, Katie. Katie does professional voice work, so that's well done. Very polished. I can
know.
tell
You're welcome.
that you have experience in this. The first game that I was truly obsessed with, like had that like gotta wake up first thing and before my parents are even awake and turn on the game and play as much as I can, was Tetris. Like I love
do.
Look at Katie bringing the sound effects today.
I told you I'm a professional.
I mean, like I would go to sleep and you close your eyes, and I would have played Tetris so much that like when I closed my eyes, the screen was burned into my eyes. Like
your corneas.
Yeah. I mean, it seems kind of boring, but it was such a challenge. And those were, I love the Rubik's Cube. And that was Tetris was like the Rubik's Cube of video games, like figuring out how all things fit. So that is our crew here. Welcome to the Kind of Nerdy Girls in season 2. If you haven't binged season 1, I mean, I don't recommend that you go back all the way to the beginning because we weren't great.
Oh, I do. Please do.
Is trash. Don't do it.
It's all about character growth.
Yeah. Chris Evans' dreams, frequent shopper cards, I mean, it's...
That was a good one.
Yeah.
More sophisticated this season.
Is that what we're calling it?
I am
no
a little bit...
Insider jokes or anything.
Oh man, the Dix Insider. Listen, it was a real thing. It was a shopping card. It was a terrible marketing mistake by my grocery store that I grew up with, Dick's.
Or was it a marketing success?
Yeah, or was it subtle genius?
I mean, if you don't believe me, this is one of those things like you wouldn't believe it. Like,
do we have a KJ is lying banner? Can we please put that
up? Tia, are you familiar with the Dix Insider card?
No.
Every season we have to tell this story.
We're gonna get a mature rating. Stop it.
Yeah, and you guys, at some point, not soon, but in the near future, we've had a request for our podcast to be on a streaming channel, like the video version. So we'll all have to Tia, it's your fault. You said that you wanted to look nice for this thing. Now we're going to be on TV.
So now I'm gonna have to start putting the contacts in and the makeup on and everything. Okay.
Not yet. I'll warn you. But before we're the Kind of Nerdy Girls TV show, let me just give you the quick version of the Dix Insider card, Tia. Okay. When I was in college, my little supermarket, and this was before like any loyalty programs ever, right? Like there was no little card that you put on your keychain and got rewards for shopping. They were ahead of their time. Little Dick's Supermarket in Platteville, Wisconsin, created the first loyalty program ever. And they were so excited about it that they bought billboards, they did TV advertising, they did radio advertising, and they announced to everyone that now the way to shop was with the Dick's Insider card. Become a Dick's Insider card member today. Be a part of the Dick's Insider Club. Like literally, it was just like nonstop. Like, and I was in college at the time taking my PR classes, right? So my PR professor was like, "Here's something we don't do." Like we don't take it. I mean, it's a family-run grocery store, very proud of themselves and what they had built, and
Pillars of the community.
I'm sure they are.
I mean,
I'm sure they are.
I would argue that's a PR success if we're still talking about it.
Right,
was.
years later.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. It is such a PR success that you can go on Wikipedia and see a picture of the original Dick's Insider
The little
card.
dick.
Like it's the little version you can take with you anytime you need to whip out your Dick's Insider card. You know, it's with you always. You're always a
keeping you
part.
safe.
Listen, and all these years
Do you-
later, I'm still a member of the Dick's Insider Club. Lifetime membership.
It was that good.
The
Do you
story
think
gets better every time.
whoever came up with that like PR thing was like they're saying it, everyone else is like, "Oh my god, you're such a genius," but inside they're like, "I hate this place and I'm going to literally self-sabotage right now."
They knew.
I
They
mean,
knew.
I would think so, but this was such a like wholesome family that I can't imagine. Like they're so wholesome that the Dick's Insider Club doesn't make them giggle like a 12-year-old. So I honestly, and everything came down very quickly, right? Like as soon as like college students were like rushing to the grocery store to get their Dick's Insider Club card.
See,
was like,
PR success.
wow, this is really catching on. Everybody wants to save money. They're going to be loyal to us. And it was like, no, every college student in the world wants to be able to whip out their Dick's Insider Club card when they're at the frat party.
Well,
so that's
Not gonna lie to you, I would have.
So there you go.
Like, oh, you got your Dick's card too, pal? Look at you go.
It was the thing to have.
By marrying me, Patches became an honorary member of the Dick's Insider Club. So, you're welcome.
he got grandfathered in.
Yes. So,
What a
Welcome.
win for your Patches.
Yay, me.
welcome to our show. If you need a deep dive into the Dick's Insider Club, you can go back and listen to season 1. Thank
KJ
you.
has the hookup.
I do.
She
I
does.
do. All right. We have got binges and books to get to. We've got Tia's hot take. We got Gamer Katie's update. We got producer Johna and What's Got Her Weeping. Binges and books. So much to get to. But first, we have got to do the Chris Evans update. Wah,
Oh, we have to.
wah, 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 wah. It's time for the Chris Evans update. Wah, 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 wah. So guys, days ago, the trailer came out for Lightyear, and I know that Katie is already having feelings. Johna is having feelings. Patches is watching his darts and half paying attention because he.
How come he's allowed to half pay attention?
Well, and if we're gonna be on TV, guys, we have to do the TV thing. Where Katie, even when you're not interested, you nod into the camera.
Fake it till you
Just
make it.
like,
Yeah, huh?
Smile and
Just
nod.
smile and wave,
There
guys.
Whoa,
Very interesting.
interesting.
Very.
Tell me
yeah.
more.
So interesting.
So the trailer for Lightyear came out, which is the origin story of the wonderful character we all love, Buzz Lightyear, and it is voiced by Chris Evans, and he has a sidekick cat. So essentially, this movie was made for me personally, but I am going to allow it to have a worldwide release so that the rest of you can enjoy it with me.
You're so humble and gracious, bro. Appreciate
try.
you.
It's Chris Evans and a cat. Like, I mean, come on.
Are we going to talk about how weird it looks? Like the animation is just super weird.
Go ahead, Katie. Talk about it.
New age animation, bro.
Like the faces don't look right. I don't know why this of all things is upsetting to me, but it just looks bulbous and weird.
I am a little disappointed that he isn't like, I thought maybe the real life, there's some like resemblance to Chris Evans, but he's a little like bulky in the face to be Chris Evans. Like I thought maybe they'd slim Buzz Lightyear's maybe
Did you ever
chisel
watch The
his...
Fairly Odd Parents? He looks like the Crimson Chin, okay?
Oh my god.
It just looks so weird and I can't get over it. Like, okay, you know, another Toy Story movie, sure. I love Toy Story as a kid. I can't get over the faces. They look so weird.
You killed Johna. Jonna's over on the floor needing full assistance. Are you okay, Johna?
I'm fine. Because I just see the Crimson Chin in my mind, and his chin is literally like, oh,
Yes. Yes.
It is weird.
He does
but
not look like the Crimson Chin, okay?
Yes, he does. It is.
He does not.
It's too like I don't know if it's on the wrong side of the uncanny valley or what. Like it just doesn't look right.
Well, it's
Well,
what we're
because
getting, Katie.
You're probably used to Buzz Lightyear looking how he looked in the Toy Story movies.
Yeah. So why'd we have to go any different?
It is a little
Because
jarring.
this is brand new animation, bro. Like this is 20 years later.
Just because it's new doesn't mean we need it.
Doesn't mean it's good.
Tia, your take?
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's a little, because, you know, you have Buzz Lightyear, the toy, so you're, like, used to him looking that way. And now when you see Lightyear, it's like you have to constantly, like, for me at least, I have to constantly remind myself, like, these aren't toys. Like, they're supposed to, like, in the animated, like, world, they're supposed to be, like, real people. But I can't get over that. Like, why we're getting listen, I'm not complaining it's Chris Evans, but I'm, like, I've always been wondering why we needed this movie. Like, who was at the drawing board and was like, we're going to make a movie about Buzz Lightyear. And they're like, cool. But, like, real life Buzz Lightyear. And they're like, okay, cool.
It was the people who were like, what else can we do with Toy Story to get people to continue to give us their money?
Right? We just overhauled the
after
parks and added Toy Story World. Now we got to keep it going.
Well, they freaking, like, did the oddest, I don't know, you guys saw Toy Story 4, right? I thought it was, like, the oddest end to, like, the Toy Story, like, universe. And it was like, why did we need this?
I didn't see it because I knew that a lot of people didn't like what happened. And I don't want to have any bad memories of Toy Story.
Well, I felt like the third one. I felt like the third one was like a good bookend, you know? Like the toys go to a new person, Andy's all grown up. Like I didn't think we needed anything further. And when I saw Toy Story 4, it's not like it was bad, but like first of all, we didn't need it, and there were so many characters that like didn't feel like the characters that we're used to. Like I'll say this right now, like Buzz Lightyear felt very off. And he's hardly in the movie. It's really like Woody. And like spoiler alert, I don't know. Wait, you said you don't want this like in your head and everything. So just think of Toy Story 3.
Don't
just
listen.
Think of Toy Story 3.
Okay.
I won't go further.
Okay. All right.
You know, they pulled like an Avengers Endgame because they came out around the same time, and for some reason I'm like watching it and I'm like, why does this feel like the end of Avengers Endgame?
Oh no. Oh no, I don't want that. Well, thank you for the warning for those of us who refused to watch Toy Story 4.
To be fair, when I saw Toy Story 3, I was shocked when they were all holding hands and about to be like lava. And I was like, are we going to see all the toys just get melted?
All right. Well, regardless of how you feel about whether or not this should be made, it's Chris Evans with a cat portraying the real Buzz Lightyear, and it's going to be glorious no matter what, even if he looks weird, Katie. Even
I
if he
can't
looks
get over it.
weird. All right. right. It's fine. That's it for the Chris Evans update. Unless Johna, you were stalking him this week and saw anything, or Tia, you have a Chris Evans update?
I was just gonna say, did you see he was like randomly trending on Twitter the other day? And like, I didn't know why. Like, I'm not complaining, but I was like trying to look why Chris Evans was trending, and there seemed to be no specific reason. He was just trending.
Isn't
He
it
should always be
irritating?
trending on Twitter, okay?
But it's scary because your immediate thought is, oh my God, what happened to Chris Evans? Right?
I know.
And then
Chris Evans isn't allowed to die, okay?
every time I see it, like a name of somebody that I love trending, I get the first thing is like, oh my God, what happened to them? And then you sit there on Twitter and you go through a bunch of random, meaningless tweets. It's like, why doesn't Twitter say when you click on the name, this is why it's trending? Trending because Lightyear came out, like something, instead of just like, it just happens to be trending because a lot of people said random shit about Chris Evans today. So
it freaks me out because it's like when I see a name trending on Twitter, my first two thoughts are, did they die? And did they say something or something came out crazy about them? Because I can't handle that.
Handle.
And that's what's so sad about
the real
the social.
question is, do they have a sex tape? That's what it is. Did they die or do they have a sex tape?
There was that one time on my birthday when Chris Evans started trending.
Oh yes, the best birthday present ever.
Yes. What a great day.
Oh,
that was your birthday?
That was my birthday. Yes. Yeah. And I started, not only was it trending, but everyone was sending me messages. Like, did you see what? And Tia, to this day, I haven't seen the actual picture. I maintained my integrity and my respect for Mr. Evans, and I never looked.
Look, I respect Chris Evans too, but I respect him a lot more now. That's all I say.
All right, and on that note, woo, 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 whoop, 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 woo. It's time for What's Got Johna Weeping. Yes, Johna, you're going first because I feel like the last couple of episodes, you didn't get the respect that you deserved.
Yeah.
I never get the respect I deserve on this place.
Yeah.
Man, wow. Ouch.
No, I'm just kidding.
Shoot.
Sorry.
I mean, that's your guns high. Wow.
Welcome to my life.
You guys are being so sensitive today. Anyway, so on Friday, because my new job is fantastic and we only work half days on Fridays, me and my coworkers went to see the new J-Lo and Owen Wilson movie called Marry Me.
Okay.
Wow.
It was great. And I cried like a punk. So good.
Was there anything about it that was, and don't give us anything that we don't want to spoil it for anyone, but was there anything about it that like stepped out of the norm rom-com, or was it like what the like comfortable pace of a rom-com that just makes you have all the feelings?
I mean it followed the rom-com like storyline, except for the fact that J-Lo is like this superstar and she marries this random guy in the audience who just so happens to be Owen Wilson, because she found out that her fiance, who she was supposed to be marrying at said concert, cheated on her.
Oh.
You don't just cancel the event? Like,
no. She found out like as she was like, she found out as she was going on stage that her fiance cheated on her.
But then you can be like, so the wedding's off.
You don't have to marry people, you know.
Nah,
here's the next number. The wedding's off. Like, yeah,
Nah.
you don't have to just marry someone.
Nah, she was having a whole breakdown and she married Owen Wilson just like out of the audience. She was like, you. I was like, all right. But it was really good. I mean, it just
Katie has a question. Go ahead, Katie.
Yes, Katie.
Question for Johna. How can you take Owen Wilson seriously when he's the voice of Lightning McQueen? Like, I can't get Cars out of my head when I see him now.
So you can't take him serious as like a love interest?
No. Like, he's
look,
ka-chow.
ka-chow. Look, I will say that I was a little like skeptical because I'm like, okay, first of all, you have J-Lo leading lady, like, come on, and then you've got Owen Wilson as your like hero, and I was like, how's that gonna work? I will say there was not a lot of kissing between them. I will say that. There's no, for real. Like I noticed that in movies a lot because I watched too many romantic comedies, but they didn't kiss a lot in the movie, like at all.
Patches, are you okay over there?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay. All right.
He's just listening.
You're like you've got your arms crossed, like you don't appreciate what we're doing right now.
Little do you know, it's side by side screened, and we're over here, and darts are over here.
Yeah, Gerwin Price is playing like crap right now. That's why. No, I've seen the they're running the trailers for that on Peacock all the time. You know, with us watching the Olympics, so I've been seeing it a lot, and it looks. I mean, I've actually considered watching it because I think
You should.
Yeah, because like normally, like the two of them by themselves, I can take them or leave them, right? But like I think it's such an unlikely pairing between the two of them. It's kind of piqued my interest a little bit to where I've considered watching it.
Oh.
And the soundtrack is bomb.
Is it?
It is so good. Like J-Lo sings like almost like every song in the soundtrack.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is it pretty much just a J-Lo album?
Yeah, but it's real. It was a really good like movie. Was funny.
How many weeps do you give it? How many sniffles?
7.
7 out of 10 sniffles.
Yeah.
All right. Johna's approval. All right, here we go. It's time for Katie's gaming update. Pow, pow, ping, ping. Hi.
So, have you heard of a little game that just came out called Lost Ark?
Probably not.
No.
I have not.
Okay. Yeah, me neither. I had to Google it because it jumped up to set a record for the most people playing on Steam at one time.
On what?
Wow.
On Steam. So it's like the PC world of video games.
Okay.
So it's an MMORPG. That's a multiplayer online role-playing game. So it's a little... My husband's playing it right now. It's a little Lord of the Ringsy. It's a little World of Warcrafty. It's a little, kind of those massive online. You're playing with a bunch of other players at the same time. Except you're not playing against the other players. You're all playing against, it's called PvE, player versus environment. So you're playing against enemies and you guys team up and fight bad guys and things like that. It's from Amazon, of all gaming companies.
Really?
Yeah, right? So within 24 hours of it coming out, which came out on the 11th, 1.3 million people playing it at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Jeez.
I mean, as Amazon, do they put out games? I didn't even know.
Yeah, they have a whole game corner of the company.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that either.
And it's free to play. So you can just do that.
As long as you're a Prime member.
Probably. But yeah, so it's very I've kind of watched over my husband's shoulder as he's playing it a little bit. So it's very kind of looks like World of Warcraft. You got the world, you can hunt, you can craft, you can, you have your different classes. So you could be like a warrior, or you can do like magic, or you can do those kinds of things. And then you all team up together to fight the boss or the bad guy or whatever. It looks really cute. It's only been out for a couple of days.
Can you be a bard?
Probably. That's what I would do.
Now, here's the real question, Katie, because you hate people and you barely even want to be here. I know that playing games like that, what is it? MMO? Is that what you said?
Massive multiplayer online. Yes.
Yeah. Are you going to join the MMO, or are you just anti this game because God.
It's not really my forte. I brought it up because it's huge right now. I'm more into the single player world, but it looks very cute. My husband's been playing it for a couple of days, and he has they're called mounts. It's like the little, like a horse or something that you can ride around in the game. It's a giant ladybug. So that's kind of cute.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. That's breaking news. Just
actual news. You're welcome.
Yeah. What are you playing? What are you doing during this podcast that's not paying attention to us?
Nothing right now. But I am playing Breath of the Wild again in the hopes that it will make the game sequel come out sooner, which it won't, but I can dream and I can hope. It's going to come out
great,
sometime this
reasoning.
year, but we definitely still have 10 and a half more months, so we'll see.
So they still have not put a date out.
Nope.
Will you
And
update
it's
us
been 3 years since the last trailer, so.
with that? 3 years ago, they put out a trailer for this game that's not out yet.
Yeah, I know.
I just saw patches.
We just brought Katie. Patches, I know that you don't care that much about Breath of the Wild.
No trailer.
Do you want to give us an update on the darting championships?
Do we have a banner for Patrick's dart update?
Certainly, in this week's Player Championship, poor Gerwin prices went up over Luke Humphreys right now, 4 legs to 2. So
Can you give us a play-by-play, please?
yeah. Well, I could, but I feel like I'd have to do it in a horrible British accent, and I'm not doing that to anybody.
Patrick's darting up.
Do it.
Is darting a word? Did I just make that up?
Darting.
Yeah, darting is a word.
Okay.
It's a verb for going from place to place quickly, not playing darts, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
do I need to fix that then? Edit it? Is it just dart then? Patrick's dart
If
update?
it's Patrick's darting update, he needs to move around a lot while he's doing it.
Okay. Then let's leave it that way.
He's like,
and
all right,
Patches,
this is what's happening.
dart around while you can. This exciting world of darts that we have found ourselves in, Patches. How do people join in if they too want to wake up every Saturday and Sunday morning
Why
at
is
7
it so
o'clock
exciting?
and watch darts?
I don't know. Put it this way. Shelley, our kind of nerdy Shelley from Conquest Journals.
Hang on. Excuse me, Patches. You're sitting. Oh, and I called you Patches. I got to fix this. You're sitting way too still for.
Yeah, you need to be
darting
please.
update.
Yeah,
You're
sorry.
darting.
But no, I got Shelley hooked on it in December when the World Championship started. So her and I we watch Thursday nights is the Premier League. These guys literally sell out arenas, right? In all over. They were in Cardiff, they were in Liverpool. Think of Madison Square Garden or the Fieldhouse here in Indianapolis, like that. They set up a massive stage and it's 8 players and they sell the place out for darts. It's insane. Guys are in there.
I will tell you, Katie, because you're like, I don't understand this.
Why is it so exciting?
It's about the story of the human being who's overcoming all of their trials and tribulations to
Overcoming
make it
gravity and Air Force to throw darts,
Pretty much, yeah. But no, there was so KJ's got a little dart crush. His name's Joe Cullen. He's the current Masters champion. But so he just won the Masters a few weeks back, and he had just lost. He had lost his mom recently to cancer. His dad was there in the audience. The camera cutting. Yeah, and the announcers do a very good job. Telling the stories of the players and. Just telling stories, about the play, because most of all these guys are friends on this tour too. But then you've got huge personalities that they're super animated, and honestly, especially the live events, it's super fun because everyone that goes to these live events, they cosplay. So it's like a beer hall Comic-Con where you're watching guys throw darts.
It's strange.
It's very strange, but it's very fun.
But yes, Little Joe Cullen won his first big Masters, and when he won, he couldn't even do his interview. He was sobbing so much because there was losing his mom and not being sure that he could afford to be on the tour, and his dad's in the crowd and all of these things, and he's literally this grown man sobbing because of how much this meant to him.
So it's a college party with costumes and drinking and darts and sad, tragic backstories.
Yes.
Yes.
That is correct. Yes. So please let Patches get back to his darting, okay?
Sorry, we distracted you.
Woo! It's time, guys, for binges and books. 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 Binges and books, binges and books, binges and books, binges and books, and binges and books. I'm going to kick things off today. I have a couple of things to tell you about. Not necessarily a binge because it's a movie, but I did. We are going to talk about Bruno because I did watch Encanto. It was fabulous. It was a great story. And I love the whole magic thing and how, like, at the end of the day, it was really about who you are. That's your gift. And, like, a beautiful story. But I think that you guys built up the song too much.
It's a bop, okay? When you listen to it 8,000 times, it's really good.
Katie,
then it's a bop.
It's not stuck in my head. It's not.
The first time I watched the movie, it wasn't. And then I heard it somewhere else. And then I heard it on TikTok. And then I heard it about 1,000 more times. And now it just lives in there, like rent-free in my head.
My niece and nephews are over here. My nephew was in the shower yesterday singing We Don't Talk About Bruno. Like, I'm standing in the hallway and I'm like, what is he singing? His brother's like, he's singing We Don't Talk About Bruno. Like, that's how serious it is.
Yeah. It's like an earworm. It just gets in there.
I wanted it. I wanted it so bad.
You will.
And I was like, this is what toppled Let It Go.
Yeah, I'm glad. Let It Go was not a bop.
I mean, I didn't get the bop feel.
It will. Okay. The first time I watched the movie, I didn't get it either. Right. So like I listened to it. I acknowledged it. I moved on. I'm like, they're like, okay, songs, whatever. And then you just hear it everywhere all the time. And then it gets stuck in your head. Very much like Top 40 radio.
Well, you can't make me watch it over and over so that I'll like
You don't have to watch it. You'll just find it.
You'll literally just hear it no matter where you go.
Yeah.
People will.
Well, I don't go anywhere, so I'm probably not ever going to hear it again.
How many
Okay,
sniffles?
so next
She's like,
time
joke's on you. I don't go anywhere.
All right, well, the next time I see you, KJ, we don't talk about Bruno the whole time.
Unless I'm sitting at someone's house with our equipment to talk to ghosts and the ghost starts singing it, I'm not going to hear it because that's the only thing I listen to. I'm sorry.
I'm going to go with you on one of these and tell one of the ghosts to sing that song.
Please do. Please, I would honestly, do you know how our show would blow up if we got a spirit coming through the odd box singing We Don't Talk About Bruno? I mean, Discovery would call us immediately. We need these ladies on our channel. And
you might get a lawsuit from Disney though also. So
yeah. Cease and desist.
Copyright infringement.
Literally.
I mean, I really enjoyed it, but We Don't Talk About Bruno. I think just you guys built it up too much because I was sitting there and I'm like, oh, here it goes. Like Bruno came up. Here we go. Here's the song that's going to change my life. It's so great.
Okay, well, which song did you like the best? If it wasn't We Don't Talk About Bruno.
Honestly, I was underwhelmed by the songs. I liked the story. Tia, don't look at me like that.
I haven't even seen the movie yet, so I can't even.
Oh my God,
judge.
That's your homework.
The story is great.
Homework for next week, Tia.
Honestly, I loved everything about the storyline and the message. And it wasn't Patches. I will tell you, it wasn't a Bambi. You could watch this.
Unless the Bambi's mom of the movie is the house, I guess.
Right. But even things end up okay with the house. So
here's the thing. I was the exact opposite. I didn't care about the plot at all. I liked the music.
You just wanted the songs.
Really, like all the music is by Lin-Manuel Miranda. So like
kind of a boring plot, to be honest. I was like, oh, everybody has a magical power. Except the main character. Oh, that kind of sucks. Oh, her house is falling apart and no one believes her. Oh, okay. Oh, never mind. It's all better now. The end.
Katie,
well, I mean, I feel like Disney's like anime, like 3D animated movies have just been really like underwhelming recently. Like what last year or 2 years ago was the one with like Tom Holland and Chris Pratt, where like literally we follow the adventures of like a pair of legs, and I was just like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Yeah,
Does no one know what I'm talking about with that one?
I have no idea.
Like I was lying.
Is it just a venue to sell soundtracks? Like, what is this?
It was a Disney movie. It was a Disney movie that came out like 2 years ago, starring Tom Holland and Chris Pratt as like monster brothers, and their father died when they were younger, and they tried to do a spell.
Onward.
Yeah,
Onward.
yeah, and it's
Onward.
like literally the spell fucked up. So instead of, sorry, I didn't mean to curse if I wasn't allowed
You're
to.
fine.
No,
We're
she
not
means
on
it.
TV yet.
She means it.
The spell messed up, and so instead of them bringing back their father in his entirety, they just brought back from the waist down. So they're just gallivanting around with their father's like pair of legs. And mind you, Tom Holland's character was young enough that when the father died, he never really knew his father. So this is the only time that he gets to bond with his dead father, and it's just his legs.
It's talking to the wrong head, dude.
Okay. Does he have a?
Sorry,
That's
I'm
what-
12. I
I
can't
know.
help it.
It's fine. It's fine. Patches, I'm glad you brought it up because that was my question. Like, if it's the waist down, there's something
I mean,
between
he's
those
wearing
legs.
pants. I mean, he's wearing pants. I should
know, but-
say it's a Disney movie. He's wearing
Yeah, this
pants.
is a kids'
but still.
movie, people.
But
But it's still weird.
Well,
It's
yes.
super weird.
It was really strange, and I was like, I don't know how you like mess up having Tom Holland and Chris Pratt like playing brothers, because when I first heard it, I was like, oh, that's such a great idea.
Nah,
Like Chris
Tia,
Pratt is the older
nah.
goofy brother. No,
they messed up because
Chris
of
Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
all right. Well, I'm
That's exactly
not
where they
on the
went
I'm not on the Chris Pratt hate train. So
Let's just
sorry,
say he has a
guys.
lot of redemption he needs.
Did you see what he did?
Yeah.
In the Avengers?
I
Selfish. This is not about you and your girlfriend. This is about saving the freaking world.
His
We
girlfriend who
already
died again
know-
anyway.
We already know that Star-Lord is a very emotional person. We saw how he reacted when he found out that Ego put a tumor in his mother's brain. So it's like, honestly, he got in his feelings too much. All right, there's too much blame being put on him.
You can't
Garbage.
be a superhero and have feelings,
Right.
okay? You have to be like
As-
Batman, no feelings
As
whatsoever.
Tony Stark said, that's part of the hero gig. Like,
Well, I don't.
But his dad's
just
not a
saying.
god, to be fair. I'm not one to defend Chris Pratt or Star-Lord, but Tony Stark doesn't have problems that can't be solved by money. His dad is not a god that can put tumors in people's head.
so you are defending Star-Lord.
His dad's dead, so like, well, I guess they both have that in common now. So, you know,
The dead dads.
I mean,
Listen, my dad is dead too, right?
Me too.
I don't have
okay,
any
and are you a comic book villain?
You don't
I
know.
want to be
Maybe.
sometimes.
You don't
I think
know.
about it. I think about
Yeah.
doing it sometimes, but can't.
I would love to be I want to be a comic book villain that has a redemption story. Okay.
I
So
was
not
gonna
a
say you
villain,
don't.
an anti-hero.
You don't want to be a comic book villain in a Marvel movie because most of the time they die. Like there's
Yeah,
only like
sad.
2 that don't die.
And in
That's true.
DC, they just go to jail and then get out, and then go to jail and then get out.
And
'cause
like a week
apparently,
later,
yeah,
Marvel
It's an
has
Marvel
open door
sentences
policy.
Don't exist. Yeah,
But hey, that isn't that kind of the premise of Peacemaker right now? We're only 5 or 6 episodes in, but I mean, like,
but I'm
he's
loving
kind of-
Peacemaker.
Okay,
Peacemaker's
I'm loving
fabulous.
Peacemaker.
Yes, we are.
I'm
Your
loving
that
guys is welcome.
is- yes.
I
I mean,
love
there's no
Peacemaker.
doubt that I was gonna watch that because, like, I liked John Cena's character in the new Suicide Squad. I thought it was had good rhythm to it, so I was gonna watch it either way. But dude, the way thank you, James Gunn, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because the
It's-
dialogue is amazing.
And it's so good. And I just want to point out really quick, I love Vigilante. He's like the cutest little sociopath.
Oh my god, I freaking love it so much.
Like everything about that character is like you're there for Peacemaker, and you're like, yeah, Peacemaker, this is great. Like other characters, great. Vigilante, though.
Yes.
There's something about him, man. Gets me going. I don't know what it is. I just love him so much.
I mean, he wants to be so ruthless in the most adorable way.
I know. When he like went into the jail and everything was just like the most perfect scene of all time. And then you knew like things were gonna pop off when he started like removing his glasses, and I was like, oh, it's happening, it's happening.
In that scene, I was actually waiting for him to get massively beaten down, and then you're like, "Oh shit, he is a badass!"
Yo, because he was in there whooping ass. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was
Honestly,
it was so cool.
And Vigilante and Peacemaker, like they're like
they bounce off each other.
Their back and forth is amazing. Like I've just never I've seen characters do that, but they're just like the whole time. I'm like, God, I love this so much. It's like true best friends right there.
And
legitimately.
And listen, you guys, the Peacemaker theme song is way more of a bop than We Don't Talk About Bruno.
Okay, look.
I'm just putting it out.
Look,
it will get you. It will creep up on you. I promise.
It will. Look, you're gonna go to sleep tonight listening to that song. I'm telling you. Look, when I watched the freaking Peacemaker intro and I heard that song, literally the only thing I saw was a bunch of white people dancing very terribly, and then I couldn't get it out of my head and I couldn't watch it anymore. I couldn't do it. I'm uncomfortable. Don't let me watch it anymore. Like as soon as it comes on, skip intro.
The thing is,
listen, it embraced the fact that we have no rhythm. So
it did, in fact.
What's funny is we'll watch about 2 episodes at a time, and every the first episode we watch the opening dance number because it kind of gets you in the mood because you're like, this is so terrible.
I watch it every episode.
Do you really?
Every episode.
I'll skip it the next one, but
and you know what's so funny?
No, go ahead, Tia.
And I don't mean to interrupt you, KJ. I was just going to say really quick.
Yeah, get off my show, Tia. Get off my show. Rude. We don't interrupt each other here, okay? Oh my God.
That's a lie if I ever heard it.
Word.
I was just gonna say, my friend Brittany, who I do the top 10 with, told me something. Apparently, the band who does the intro song, got dropped from their label 3 days before the premiere of Peacemaker because they weren't selling, and they were trying to tell the label just give it a little bit, we promise you things will be better. And then they're like, nah, blah blah blah. They drop them, and then 3 days later, Peacemaker drops, and now the song is one of the most listened to songs out there.
Oh my God, good for them.
By the way, that band that we're talking about is called Wigwam, and they are a glam band out of Norway.
Ooh.
I don't how did James Gunn even find them?
and what I love about the music to this show is outstanding. Because KJ and I, we love glam rock, right? So it's just James Gunn's favorite glam rock bands. He's just dropping it in as the soundtrack to the show. I mean, Faster Pussycat. I mean, come on, man. I mean, no one knows Faster Pussycat, and here he is. There it is.
Yeah, you. I know that you guys don't come from the hair band era, but know that every time a song starts, my soul sings a little bit more because it's like these flashbacks.
My teenage bedroom was covered with posters of Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, Rat, Skid Row.
Yes.
No, but seriously, Peacemaker is so good, and so I'm not caught up on the most recent episode, but in episode, what was it, 5 or something, where they did that monsters, and it was the dual scenes of Peacemaker's father and then the one butterfly going into the police station. I thought that was just so perfectly done.
Yes.
I was this is so badass.
It was fantastic. Katie, I know we probably won't convince you because you never watch anything we like, but try Peacemaker. I mean, seriously, it's weird enough for you. I promise.
It really is.
It's weird enough for me.
It's weird enough for you, Katie.
And I'm gonna tell you, the dialogue is just top notch. I mean,
the only opinion I value is Patrick's. So
yeah, the dialogue is absolutely top notch, and there's a lot of times where I'm like, what the did he just say? And it's every episode, every single episode. It's awesome.
It will.
What?
It will meet your witty standards, Katie.
I love wit. You know what? I will give it 1 episode and see how I feel.
Perfect.
Oh, you'll
Try
get
it.
hooked on them.
Try it.
I guarantee you will like
get
that
to see
first
John
episode.
Cena's butt in the first episode, so I mean, like,
You know, not
Oh my
something
God, that's
I would go
right.
straight for, but sure, it's a bonus, I guess, right?
why do you think all the women watch The Witcher? Okay, because you just get to see naked.
Because
Henry
I
Cavill.
like monsters, okay?
Oh no. Oh, no.
I like monsters with nice.
I like
butts.
monsters. I like violence. I like angst. And
I like that. And I like that one scene in the first season where Henry Cavill was in a bathtub. What? That's what Katie's really trying to say.
It's a bonus, is all I'm saying.
All right. I'm just gonna do an open call here. Do we have binges and books to talk about? Katie, you got a bit? Okay, everybody does. Okay, Katie, go ahead.
Hi. I watched season 4 of Disenchantment the day it came out.
Ooh.
How was it?
It was good. It was really cute. It left on a cliffhanger though, and they only, I think, have one more season, so I have to wait a year for resolution. But it was really good. I like Matt Groening. Also, he's making new episodes of Futurama on Hulu, so like a lot going on there. Yeah,
Nice.
I think if it's got one more season, because it's one of those things I keep forgetting about. But if it's only got one more season next year, then I'll just wait until it's.
It
like,
is
closer.
so quirky, and that's what I love about it.
See,
I watched, I think, most of the first season. So of Disenchantment, it's really good. Like the demon, I think is hilarious.
Lucy,
Yeah.
Eric Andre, it's my favorite. It's
I
just
think
really
he is
good.
Brilliant.
And they have this like good continuity that goes with it, that like they reference things from season 1 all the time, and I mean I really liked it. So
thanks, Katie. Tia, what you got?
I watched on Netflix the Tinder Swindler. Which
Ooh,
is
it's in
was
my
it?
queue. Is it good?
Is this murder?
Yeah,
is this the murder update?
No, there's no murder in it. There's no murder in it. There's extreme grifting and like fraud. Like, just to give you guys a quick so the whole thing is like you get these few women, right? And they meet this guy who it seems as they meet him on Tinder. Seems like everything is wonderful, right? He's really rich. He can take them on these.
It wasn't.
And then it wasn't. Yeah, he takes them on like really expensive dates, like private jets. Everything's like, oh my god, this is something out of like a movie, blah blah. And then all of a sudden, he's like telling them like, because he works in the diamond industry, that he has enemies and that his credit cards got frozen, and if they could just take a loan out of for $250,000, you know, and he'll pay them back and everything. And like, so literally, it's just like all of this is fake. None of this exists. He just makes it all up, and essentially he frauds one woman out of like a bunch of money to pay for like the next woman's shit, and then so on and so forth. So it's like, I mean, this one woman literally said that she took out like 9 different loans from 9 different like creditors because he's like, my enemies. If you go on Twitter, like it's a big meme where it's like, I'm sorry, my enemies are after me, because it's like, it's so ridiculous.
Girl, no man is worth 9 loans. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I saw
No
this
man
one.
is worth 9 loans. That is some wisdom from Katie.
The mortgage is almost bad enough.
Well, and that's the thing. At one point, he's like trying to scam this one girl, and she's like, "I don't have the money," and he's like, "Well, can't you like put your house up for sale or something?" Or he's like trying to like, if you see on Instagram or like Twitter, he's like saying things like, "Oh, my bodyguard just got beaten up, you know, because my enemies were at a war, baby.
My enemies.
We'll get through this together." And it's like,
I'm going to commandeer that and
And
use
my-
it at work. My
Yeah.
enemies want me to send this email.
and mind you, he's never like dating any of these girls like longer than like a month or something. And so it's
9
like, I don't
loans
want
for
to.
a man you've known for a month?
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't want to sit there and like blame them, but it's like red flags everywhere. Red
God, it's like
flags.
watching catfish again.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I've been
And this
dating
is-
him for 9
enemies.
years online, and we've never had an in-person conversation.
And we've never seen each other face to face. It's so crazy. Like, this one woman was literally in like $600,000 worth of debt, and like because
Oh my
of this
God.
man.
What the
Insane.
hell? Oh my gosh.
Let me make a
Oh.
PSA.
So, yeah.
They're not worth it. No one is
They're
worth
not worth
9
it.
loans.
And
Oh,
the crazy thing is, like, he just keeps changing his name because, like, you find out he had previously gone to jail for the same exact thing, and then when he got out, he just changed his name. So it's like so it's a Netflix movie, like a documentary. It's not a series, so it's only like an hour and a half. So if you feel like just watching this absurdity and this craziness, and I think the most insane thing is, like, he's still out there. Like, he's still out there. He didn't get like caught.
What?
And he's probably changed his name, and he's doing this right now.
My enemies.
My
enemies are out to get me.
enemies. I'm
Plot twist, probably in
imagining-
Indiana.
So if you guys can't like get to work ever, you can't like make it to a family function, just say my enemies.
My enemies. I'm so
They
sorry.
know
My
him.
enemies.
NBC
Huh?
has his name, the Tinder
Yeah.
Swindler. They know who he is.
Oh yeah,
And apparently
it's
he's
not,
been banned from all the dating apps.
it's not
Man,
like
whatever.
it's ridiculous. It's so crazy, but it's like I don't know. I look at these women and it's like I feel so bad for you, but at the same time, if someone was like, "I need you to take out a loan for $300,000 right now," my enemies, I'd be like,
It's even worse. I met you a month ago. We've probably gone on like what, 2 or 3 dates at this point. I have lots of enemies, so this is like a huge flag in and of itself. But I also need you to put your house up for a second mortgage because I need money for my side chick that you don't know about. And then I
It's
won't
like
talk to you
living
because
this-
I'm assuming I'm gonna drop you.
Oh no, he does drop them, like, because there was this one girl where it's like he always flies them on private jets, so he like flew her out to like Norway or something, and he gave her like this check for even more money than what she took out, and when she went to cash it, they obviously would allow it, and when she was trying to like say like, hey, the check isn't cashing, he would all of a sudden turn really nasty and be like, well, F you, like I did my part, like whatever, and then just
Dude.
block them.
A check? Like, come on. Oh
Who
my
still
god.
has checks? That's another red flag.
when I was watching
Like
it,
catfish. It's
I don't know, for some
2022
reason-
and my cell phone camera doesn't work.
when I was watching it, like I thought of Johna because I was like, I need Johna to like watch this and like tell me what she thinks because I know she like loves rom-coms, and it's like when it starts it off, it's like it sounds like the perfect rom-com and everything, and then it just
And then
quickly
it
goes south.
wasn't.
And then
Johna, what's behind
That
you right now?
podcast, what's it called?
I know
Dirty
she got
John.
That's
Netflix
a
on right now.
Hey, Johna, what is behind? Is that a butt behind you?
No, that's the
Oh,
front.
What?
Yeah, that was the
There-
front.
Oh no, that's from the show Too Hot to Handle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
She got
I
Netflix
just-
pulled up right there. Go ahead and give us a
Nice.
She's
preview.
I was watching Criminal Minds before we started podcasting.
It's called product placement.
Right?
I was watching Criminal Minds.
But yeah, so that's what I watched, the Tinder Swindler. So
Oh, I love
yeah.
that. Now I'm actually gonna watch it.
All right.
Same.
You have to let me know, Katie, if you watch it by next week, what you think.
I'm gonna watch it today. What a perfect
Nice.
Valentine's Day story.
Nice. Johna, do you have a binge or a book?
A book.
Ooh, yay, a book.
Is it Tia's book, like you said?
Oh,
No,
I
I didn't get a chance to read Tia's book.
Oh,
It's
Patches
okay.
doesn't know this. Patches, Tia is a published author. She's got
books.
books out on Amazon.
Yeah.
Look at that. Big
She does
time.
not want us to read them.
I'm gonna read them.
Well,
I am gonna make it
Because
a point to read them.
oh gosh. Well, I look forward to hearing what you think of them. But yeah, Patches, it was a very long time ago. They were self-published.
I found it.
through Kindle. You found my book. So-
Sleepwalker. I found it.
Yes.
Yay.
And I was telling the ladies last week that when I first did it, put it out there, and I was telling like my family about it, and I was like, so did you buy it? Did you get it? And they were like, oh no, I'm not gonna read it. Do you just want me to give you the $5? And it's like, I'm not like I'm not telling you because I need the money and I'm trying to get you to like give me money.
Listen, if you needed to borrow $5, you just could have asked. You didn't have to put a book on Amazon.
Oh my
If you're
God.
gonna make me read, I'd rather just give you the money.
is so amazing.
And it's like, no, I just like you to read the thing that I like spent 4 years working on.
Oh my god.
Here's $5.
You spent 4 years working on this. I would have given you $5 4 years ago to not do it.
I would have given you $5 to not waste your time.
Yeah. I think it's free now. Like at this point, I think it's free, so you can buy it.
Well, according to
You
the
can get
Amazon
free.
link, I can read it for free on my Kindle with
Yeah.
Kindle Unlimited, or I can pay $6.29 for the regular Kindle price.
Ooh,
That's the deal.
$6.29.
So do you just want
I
to
have
write me a
Kindle
check for
Unlimited, so I got it for
$6?
free.
Just
And
write her a
29
check.
cents.
Write her a check for $6.29, please.
Just hit your Cash App, $6.29 plus tax.
Johna, what's your book?
My book, because I was reading the House of Night series, but it was I stopped. I started reading this book. It's called Hang the Moon by Alexandria. I don't know, Bellflower, I think her last name is. And it's a rom-com, obviously. And the great thing about it is that the hero of the book, he's the one who's like obsessed with like romantic comedies and stuff like that. So he's like trying to win his sister's best friend over by doing all these romantic gestures from all these different romantic movies.
But is he swindling her out of money?
I don't think so. He
Does
created
he have
his own
enemies?
dating app, so he's got money.
Does he
How
have
many
enemies?
loans? Does he have enemies?
Nope. He created his own dating app, actually, so he's got plenty of money.
I'm so glad that you brought up a book, Johna, because I was actually I think about this podcast all the time. And I was like, man, we keep doing binges and books and nobody has any books. Like we gotta get some books. I went back to, so I finished House of Night, Johna, and it gets super weird. The last book, especially, I'm like, I don't even understand what's happening here.
Look, KJ, I'm going to tell you why I don't. What bothers
I'm
me
not
is
offended. I didn't write it.
look, the
Listen
author
here,
is
KJ.
always like recapping everything that happened in the last book, and I'm like, if I read the last book, I know what the F happened. Please stop recapping everything that happened. It's like on Netflix where they're like, hey, skip recap. That's exactly what I want to do. Literally.
Oh,
'Cause it's
Johna, no, I'm sorry, honey. They do that for me. I forget everything, especially because
got
I
it.
read. I'm so sorry. I'm the person that does this to you.
No
I watch-
kidding. We take her to movies. She walks out and goes, "That was nice, I think."
Yeah, I do. Like, I remember how I feel, but I don't remember what happened. I can watch movie. It's wonderful. I can watch movies over and over again and have the same thrill as the first time I watched it because I forgot
New
it.
every time. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm sorry, Johna, but I'm the reason you have to deal with recaps.
That's okay. It makes me mad because like she'll be recapping it and then she'll go into like whatever the hell she's talking about, and like and she does it like in the middle of whatever the recap is. So like I can't just like, oh, I can skip this chapter because it's a recap, because shit actually happens right after she recaps it, and it makes me so mad. So I took a break.
Clearly. This author is your enemy.
And you know what's really even more messed up about it? I literally bought the entire effing collection of the books. So now I
Of course
actually
you
have to
did.
read them all.
I mean, you don't. You can just resell them. That's how this works. You have
I
like
could, but
five.
I told my best friend that I would read them because she really likes this series, and so I'm trying to like really give it a chance. But like, you can just definitely tell it was written in the early 2000s.
Oh yeah. Oh, very much so. But it is, yeah. I mean, I appreciate the recap. So you and I will have to disagree on that because my brain needs to be reminded of things. But the last book, I was like, it's just got so far out there. It was super weird. So good luck with that. No, you might want to, I would say get through it, but don't read the last book. Go ahead, Katie.
Hi, one question before we wrap up. Is that a Care Bear behind you?
It is.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
actually my Care Bear.
It's
Aw.
right there. There's a Care Bear.
It's Love Bear.
For the patrons, it's like I'm holding it like it's in the Macy's Day Parade. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
she
Care
gets
Bear
it
coming.
first. Yeah.
There's a Care Bear coming.
I mean, it's no friendship bear, but it's okay.
I think I won that at a bowling alley or something like that.
Aw.
yeah. Yeah. I was like, all right, cool.
Pat just didn't have a lot when we moved in together because he wasn't on his own yet, but he brought his Care Bear.
He brought one Care Bear, a towel, and like a pillow.
Into Winnie the Pooh.
Right.
On to Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh's over in the other room.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I love
Gotta
that
have-
Winnie the Pooh. It's
I gotta have my Pooh Bear, man. I love my Pooh Bear.
I love the Pooh Bear too.
Okay. Do we have anything else to cover, guys? Tia, did you have a hot take, or did we cover everything you want to talk about?
I didn't really have a hot take, so
Perfect.
I just wanted to talk about the Tinder Swindler. I couldn't wait to come on and talk
It's so
about
juicy. I'm so excited to watch it.
All right.
it. Just know, Katie, the enemies.
The
I have to
enemy.
watch out for my enemies.
Normally, this wouldn't be my thing, but Tia, you have convinced me. I am intrigued.
It's like the
Yeah.
Fire
And
Festival
there's
of
no
dating.
murder
I'm
either,
so
KJ.
excited.
What'd you say, Johna?
I said there's no murder, so it's totally up your alley.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's right. Because you don't
Wholesome,
like murder stuff and
family-friendly
everything.
Con artists.
KJ, no murder. Once you
Yes,
get
no murder.
I know it's crazy, guys, but I take a strong stance when I say no murder. Okay.
I think that's very interesting, just because you have a show about the paranormal, and you would have
I
to
love
imagine that
murder.
some of the ghosts that you're talking to were murdered. So
Oh yeah,
Probably.
we've got yes, we have one episode and it is, Tia, you would love it. It is entitled She Knows, because we actually got the rumored spirit that haunts this place at the Athenaeum is a woman who was murdered, and she came through and we got to talk to her, and she told us she solved her crime for us. She told us who murdered her. She told us why. I mean, it was crazy, but that didn't bother me because she was already dead. What
Well,
I
feel
don't
like she would know, right?
right,
Yeah,
right,
she was
and
there.
that's the thing. But she
Uh-huh.
gave we didn't know anything about it. So when we went back and read the story about it, we're like, oh my god, everything she said was this ties in and solves the murder. We just solved a freaking murder. Wow, that was cool. What I don't like about murder shows is that it just gives people crazy ideas on how to kill each other. I'm sitting there thinking I'm a stable person, so I could watch this and not ever act this out on someone else. But who are the unstable people who are watching this right now who are like, that's a great way to kill someone?
Listen, we all love Snapped. They're on the show because they got caught.
well, I
Unless
mean,
it's unsolved
also
mysteries.
it gives you an ability to kind of see the red flags or something. I don't know.
No,
Like
I'm
my
not
enemies.
Not interested.
The enemies.
Like,
wow,
you guys,
Patches
and this
is
is-
already dipping.
Can we
And
please
this-
label this episode "My Enemies"?
My enemies.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, anything that gives unstable people terrible ideas freaks me out. I've never, ever, and will never watch the movie Centipede, but when someone described it to me, it freaked me out so much that
Oh, the
sometimes
human
I think
centipede.
about, what is it? Yeah, the human centipede, whatever it was.
No, I get
It's-
that. That's a horrible movie.
Freaked
that
me
is
out
disgusting.
so much. Right, but I'm like, is somebody now out? Somebody's out there being a copycat, doing that to human beings. That's what
Well,
it freaks me out.
That movie did come out 15 years ago, and there hasn't been any publications of someone being found out doing that. So I think we're okay. Hopefully.
Just because,
KJ's out here
It's
giving
not
one of
on
our
the
crazy
internet.
listeners. Yeah.
just because it's not on the internet doesn't mean it didn't happen. I mean, if you were one of those people that it happened to, are you going to tell anyone? You're going to be like,
I mean,
well, you can't
physically, I
because your
couldn't.
mouth is fucked up.
I was gonna say, am I still alive? Because
See, Tia, that's why there isn't a story of this, because no one could talk about what happened to them when they became a
feel
part of
like-
the human centipede.
Human centipede and murder are not necessarily on the same level here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about watching documentaries of the freaking Night
Bundy
Stalker,
and the
Richard.
Mendezes.
Yeah,
and
Bundy.
Stuff. Yeah.
Snapped
Richard
and murdered her
Ramirez.
husband.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
some
I don't-
shit.
Yeah, I don't want stuff that's going to make me feel less safe than I already do. I
Aw.
like superhero stuff and fantastical stuff and stuff that could
Superheroes
happen.
murder people too.
Yeah,
All
but
the
there's
time.
yeah, but
Literally.
because justice, okay, not because they're just crazy and out killing
Tell
people.
that to all
Have you
the
met
henchmen
Homelander?
forever. Yeah.
Have you met Homelander from The Boys?
You know what? I finally got through the first episode of season 2 of The Boys. Like I finally made it all the way through. I was so proud of myself.
Yay! Yeah, is there the next season coming soon?
Soon.
It's
like
like-
really soon, I feel like.
Like
I think so.
March or April, one of the two.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and this is
Really?
with Jensen
Yeah, I think
Ackles joins the cast. Yeah, I think
And we
it's
still
coming
haven't
pretty
gotten a
soon.
full trailer or anything.
It might be. You know what, Patches? I think it might be fall because they've got like an animated short series that's coming from the boys.
I think that,
comes
yes,
out in
I think
March.
that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, this has been
June.
absolutely lovely. June. Thank you, Johna.
June 2022.
Perfect.
Thanks, Johna.
Thanks,
I do what I
Johna.
can.
Thanks, everybody. Thank everybody for listening. Let's see. I don't think I have any announcements to make. You'll get all of our stuff and things.
Look, Tinder Swindler right there.
Go ahead, Katie.
I have an announcement. Let me wrap the show today.
Oh, please.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for watching The Kind of Nerdy Girls. Remember to not murder people and also watch out for your enemies. Thank you and goodbye.
The Kind of Nerdy Girls is produced by our wonderful patrons like Leanne, Kayla Allen, Michelle Hamilton, Samantha Miller, Clay Swain, Aaron Miller, and music is provided by Paul Miller. That's a lot of Millers. If you'd like to be a producer of our show, all you have to do is throw a few bucks our way on Patreon to help us keep the show going. Look for the Kinda Nerdy Girls on Patreon or go to kindanerdynetwork.com where you can also find our merch. I'm KJ. Thanks so much for listening. Stay kinda nerdy.